What's up, everybody? It's your girl Jazz, and we are back again for the season finale of the first half of Sisters on BET. This is episode 11, so let's get into it. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, y'all. So it starts off with the cleanup crew at Gary's office cleaning it up, and Gary is talking to a white gentleman, and the guy is like, what should I say happened here? And Gary is like, I did it. Now hurry up and clean my office up. I don't know, and I don't understand what's taking so long. And Gary goes back in his head on what happened. And of course, it goes back to the previous episode when Gary was shaking Penelope and he chunks her to the floor. And Penelope bleeds out on the floor. And, we see that. And so then it goes to Andy. She sees that same scene of Penelope screaming, and she wakes up because Andy was dreaming. And so Andy wakes up, and Jordan is like, yo, what's wrong? You okay? And she was like, yeah, I had a bad dream. It was a nightmare. It actually was of a woman screaming. And I thought that was very interesting because to me, it actually shows that Andy is very discerning for a couple of reasons, actually. One, because we know that Andy was in an abusive relationship when she was in college. And we also know, and of course, Gary was also abusive physically, not just emotionally, not just emotionally and not just verbally, but also physically to Andy. So we know that Andy was in two abusive relationships. And to see her, kind of have intuition, and to see her be discerning, and to kind of, have that women's intuition, and have that feeling in her gut that something is not right, that something is wrong with Penelope, and wake up. And for people who are spiritual, for people who are very discerning, if you know what I'm saying. So I thought that it was very interesting to see that. I thought that it was very, very interesting to see Andy in that light, to see Andy in that capacity, to see her get up like, yo, I had a dream, something I write. So to see her dreaming, and to see her dreaming, and to see that it's actually about to play out the way that she dreamed it, I think first of all, I think that that's dope, because stuff like this does happen in real life. Like I said, if you know, you know, for people who are spiritual, for people who do have the gift of discernment, for people who do dream, and for people who, and I hate to go here really quickly, but for people who God does show up and gives you different signs, signs, wonders, miracles, and stuff like that. And for people who, God does show up in your dreams and show you signs and stuff in your dreams, in the, as far as the gift of prophecy and stuff like that. And to show up in your, for God to show up in your dreams and stuff like that, to see it play out the way it's playing out, I think that is dope. And shout out to the writers for actually showing that. So yeah, that happened. Jordan was like, what happened? And she was like, I had a dream of a woman screaming. And I just thought that was weird. So yeah, that happened. And, they got the kissing and stuff. And of course, we know what happened after that, because she goes into the office and she's really happy. And of course, she's late. And Fatima was like, oh, girl, you in a good mood. And look like you got your back worked. And she was like, yeah, just call Jordan, the chiropractor. And and so Fatima was like, child, I'm jealous, let me live vicariously through you, or something, or something like that. And which is crazy, because typically Zack and Fatima have a pretty active Zack and Fatima have a pretty active physical life, if you get my drift. So for Fatima to make the comment, let me live vicariously through you, kind of suggests that they aren't at the moment. Which y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. And I'm wondering if it's, if it's because of baby Michael being in the house. And I'm also wondering what the timeline is. I'm wondering what the timeline is. And I'm also wondering how long has baby Michael been in their home. And yeah, and also I'll deep dive in this more when I actually start reviewing Fatima. But anyway, that happened, and Fatima let her know that Miss Marie was in her office. And so she goes to her, she goes into her office or whatever. And Miss Marie was like, what, why are you late? Which now Miss Marie did not have an appointment. She didn't have an appointment, but I think it was not a good look for Andy to be so hell-bent on wanting to be partner of the law firm and her client, which is a $1 billion client, being there before her. I think that it was not a good look. But anyway, Miss Marie laid into Andy and was like, I don't be on nobody's timing, and you need to be in your office, little girl, and and yada yada yada, stuff like that. And she was like, we need to discuss how we're going to keep my husband from getting, my husband and all his nosy in-laws from getting all my assets and stuff like that. So they got to talking about that. So Miss Marie and Andy was walking out of Andy's office, and they were talking, and Andy was like, our financial team is going over all of your ex-husband's assets with the fine-tooth comb, and if we find anything, if he's hiding any assets, we're gonna know about it. And basically they were talking about that, and Miss Marie was like, if you're any, she basically was telling Andy, if you're any good at your job, then this won't go to trial. I don't want this to go to trial. I want a settlement offer. She's basically, Miss Marie basically want to keep all of this quiet. She want to keep this quiet. She want to get this divorce over with, so she basically can move on with her life, right? Andy was trying to tell her that it's not that simple, and Hayden overhears the conversation because Miss Marie is trying to protect her assets, right? And Hayden comes over and was like, I couldn't help but hear the conversation, and basically any competent lawyer would know that the assets in the state of Georgia and stuff, basically anything that was signed before the marriage is considered null and void or something like that. I'm not real privy to lawyer talk, but basically he threw Andy under the bus and made Andy look like she wasn't doing her job and that she was incompetent. Which is his angle. His angle is to make Andy look like she's incompetent and that she doesn't know what she's doing. And in this instance, I hate to say it, but Hayden was kind of right, because this Miss Marie was pretty much given to Andy by her boyfriend, right? And she's not, for Andy to want to, now don't get me wrong, I'm team black woman, I'm team Andy wanting to be partner if that's what she wants to do. But Andy, if this is something that Andy wants to do, I'm also team Andy needs to step her game up, and Andy needs to, if Andy wants to be partner, she needs to step her game up. She needs to be on her P's and Q's, and she needs to do what she needs to do to get the job done. Because we honestly haven't seen Andy be about her business wise since season 1. I think she's a good attorney and all of that stuff, but she just needs to do better, in my opinion. I think that Andy needs to do better. I think she's good at what she does, but I do think that right now, with everything that's been going on in her life, I do think that she's distracted. And I do think that if she wants to be partner of a major law firm, I do think that she needs to be a little bit more focused than what she is right now, especially to have a $1 billion client. Like, if she's trying to represent a $1 billion client, like the one she had, like the one she's trying to represent right now. So anyway, and because she's distracted, a snake like Hayden can come in, because all the devil need is a crack, right? So unfortunately, Hayden is using that crack, and he's taking it and running with it, because he was able to come in front of her client, make it look like she was incompetent in front of her client. And now Miss Marie was like, thank you, Hayden, for letting me know that thank you for letting me know what Andy didn't let me know, and you are now congratulations, you are now considered my co-counsel, and I want y'all to work together. And Andy patted about that, and Andy was like, that's not necessary. And Miss Marie was like, no, it is very necessary. And if y'all can't work together and make sure that my assets are protected, I will take my $1 billion self somewhere else, which and y'all's commission and y'all's very lucrative commission somewhere else. So that shut her right on up, because she's a $1 billion client, which, again, to Hayden's point, she's a $1 billion client. And that's what he was explaining to Andy when Andy and Hayden was talking in her office, which I'm about to get there. So anyway, Miss Marie left, and Andy was pouting in her office. Fatima comes in, girl, what's wrong? Girl, what's wrong? Hayden came in, and Hayden basically stole my client, and he's now co-counsel. And so he comes in because he's eavesdropping. That's what he do. He a snake. He comes in, did I hear my name? And so Fatima, Fatima stay ready. And so Hayden was like, Andy, can you please call off your dog so you and I can talk about this client? And so Fatima was like, and so Fatima said something smart, and Hayden was like, girl, F you, or something like that. And Fatima was like, you already did that, and it was horrible. Now, here's my thing. I love Fatima, that's my girl, but just because they smashed one time, she does not have to keep bringing it up. And y'all probably not about to like what I'm finna say, but I'm gonna say it. The fact that Fatima keeps bringing it up kind of leads me to believe that it wasn't as hard. It had to have not been as horrible. Maybe it wasn't as horrible as she's saying that it was, because if it was bad, you ain't got to keep saying it. But anyway, because if Hayden wears socks, and if he wears socks on it, and if it's bad, I'm not finna, till the grave is going, I'm not finna bring it up every time just to throw a jab at you. Till the grave is going, I ain't about to tell nobody. But anyway, Fatima leaves out the office, and Andy was like, what are you doing? Why did you do that? And Hayden was like, whatever do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not doing anything. The $1 billion client, which, again, Hayden has a point. Now, he was conniving in the way that he did it, but he has a point. The $1 billion client wants to keep her assets, and what the $1 billion client wants, the $1 billion client gets. And to Hayden's point, this is a $1 billion client for the law firm. And if this $1 billion client walks out that door, then a hefty commission goes with it. So whatever we got to do to keep this $1 billion client here at this firm, we need to suck it up and try to do it. So in Miss Marie's voice, put your feelings in your pocket, sis. Let's work together. Which, and honestly, I really do think that Miss Marie, this is Miss Marie's angle. I think that Miss Marie is doing this on purpose to get Andy to work with her enemy, to learn Hayden's tricks and all of this, so that Andy can learn the game and use it against Hayden. Because if Andy wants to be partner, she got to learn how to play hardball. Unfortunately, in the world of the law, she's not going to be able to be prissy and all of this. She's going to have to learn how to be fierce, and sometimes she's gonna have to be mean and stuff. And yeah, so I think that this is all a part of Miss Marie's plan too, because I really think that Miss Marie is trying to teach Andy some game. So that happened. And Hayden Hayden was like, Hayden called her a little girl. Hayden called her incompetent, because of course he's trying to go for the partnership role too. And Andy called that out. When they was talking. And Hayden was like, that partnership role is not going to be yours, because first of all, you're a woman, which we already know how Hayden feels about women. We've seen it play out. So we know how he feels about women. And we also know that Hayden feels like Andy is incompetent, which is what he's trying to show, which is why he did that, because I think that he's trying to show the senior partners that he's the more competent person, if you will. Not to mention, he's trying to show that with all the stuff that Andy got going on, she's not gonna be able to handle it. So yeah, that happened. Fast forward to the bank. Sabrina's at the bank. She's on the phone with Karen. They're talking about how their day is going and stuff like that. And they're talking about how their day is going. They're talking about how they're going to stand in they're talking about how they're going to stand in, being sober and stuff like that, especially Sabrina, because she's on, the IVF treatments and all of that stuff. Karen is talking about how she's getting, the weave and stuff together because she got a sew-in that she's about to do. And Sabrina was like, how about we all get together at the juice bar at Rich's juice bar later on today for mocktails. And Karen was like, okay, cool, we can do that. And Sabrina was like, I bet I'll call everybody. This is where it starts. This is where it takes a turn. So I need y'all to go with me, okay? Okay. Sabrina says, I'll call everybody with the details. Karen says, okay, cool. Sabrina was like, I bet I'll call everybody with the details, and then I'll let you know what time and stuff. They're about to get off the phone. Karen goes, hold on, wait. When you say everybody, do you mean just us girls, just the sister circle? Sabrina goes, yes, just us, just the sister circle. So Karen says, okay, cool, because some of us feel like the sister circle is open to other members. And so Sabrina says, oh, you mean her who shall remain nameless? Which I think is a little petty, because now come on now, y'all are knocking on, y'all are almost 40 years old. You can't say the girl freaking name. Come on now. Not to mention Sabrina. Just yesterday, you saw the girl. You saw the girl in the restaurant. You gave her a hug. You called her pretty mama. Asked her to join you, your man, Danni, and her man at dinner. But now you get on the phone with Karen and you can't say her name. You can't say Fatima's name. You gotta say her who shall remain nameless. Baby, these women messy. Anyway, all of these women is messy, okay? Anyway, so so Sabrina goes, oh come on, Karen, come on, come on, Karen, what's wrong with Fatima? And the moment Sabrina said that, I knew then that The girls do not care about Karen's feelings. They don't, because all of the women, now granted, all of the women, Karen is right to feel the way that she feels. Disclaimer, Karen is right. Let me say it again, because people think that when you disagree with something that Karen does, that you're saying that Karen is not right for having feelings. That's not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. Karen is right for having feelings. She's right for feeling the way that she feels. Just because she's wrong for actions that she does not mean that she does not get to have feelings. I'm not saying that. Okay? Okay. Karen is right for feeling a way. She don't have to disrespect people while doing it, though. Now let me continue. The fact that Karen said, is this open to new, the fact that she said, who all gonna be there, basically. Who all gonna be there? And she was asking if a girl that she don't rock with is gonna be there. Because she know that her homegirls rock with somebody that she don't rock with. And then her homegirl says, oh girl, please, what's wrong with Fatima? That should have told Karen all she needed to know. That there was a possibility that the girl that she don't rock with is gonna be there. I wouldn't have went. If it's me and I'm Karen, and I ask who all gonna be there, and my homegirls and my homegirls like, oh please, Karen, Karen, you're being dramatic. Seriously, what's wrong? Why you don't like the girl? You're basically telling me that it's possible that the person that I don't like is gonna be there. I would have been like, okay, you know what? Congratulations on your promotion. You are doing amazing. I love you, sis. You and I can celebrate. I would have been like, congratulations, sis, on all of your endeavors. I love you so much. How about this? How about y'all celebrate with her just by yourselves, and then you and I can go somewhere, just us, and we can celebrate together. Or if I'm honest, I would have been stopped hanging out with them when my enemy walked in my house when I was pregnant, and my homegirls, quote unquote, didn't do nothing when she said put me out. I would have been stopped hanging out with them. But that's just me. That's just me. And this ain't even me saying, this is not even me saying that I don't like Fatima, because I do. I like Fatima. I'm just saying what I'm saying is, it's clear, it is abundantly clear that Karen's friends have decided that they like this girl, that they like Fatima. They like Fatima. They clearly have a relationship with Fatima when Karen is looking and when Karen is not looking. Karen can't control that. And instead of Karen getting upset about that over something that she can't control, Karen needs to now decide. First of all, she needs to ask herself why. Why are my friends disregarding my feelings? And I said this in the last video that I did. Karen needs to ask herself why are her friends disregarding her feelings, and why does she want to continue to be friends with women who are disregarding her feelings? Karen honestly didn't have to go. But anyway, let me finish. So that happened, and so Karen was like, oh my goodness, first my ex, then Andy, then Danni, now you under her spell too. So that told me, so when Karen said that, and Karen said that, Sabrina was about to say something, and then Sabrina's boss came in, so Sabrina had to get out the phone. And Sabrina's boss, India, was like, so you taking personal calls on company time? And she was like, I hope you don't do that. I hope you don't do that as the new branch manager, because that's gonna set a bad tone. And so Sabrina, so that So basically, Sabrina got the job. Sabrina got the job as branch manager. So they celebrate that. Yay, congratulations. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah. Praise him. All that, right? And so they got off the phone. They celebrated that or whatever. And so, when that happened, that said to me that Sabrina just goes along with the Sabrina and one of my friends, a girl that I follow, one of my homegirls on Twitter, she actually made a really good point. Sabrina actually be cool with Fatima when Karen not looking. And then when all of them are around, Sabrina just be quiet and act like she not cool with Fatima to make it seem like it was either Andy's idea or Danny's idea. And when she around Karen, she be talking about Fatima behind her back, or because before season 7, Fatima, Sabrina didn't like Fatima. She didn't like Fatima because Karen didn't like Fatima. Neither did Sabrina, and it showed. And y'all let me know. I'll do a breakdown on all of that. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to. But anyway, like I was saying. So yeah, these women are messy. These women are not friends, bro. I've been said that. I've been peeped. These women are not friends with each other at all. So Sabrina, Karen already felt the way. Karen was already pissed off from that conversation, because before that conversation, she at least thought in her head that, okay, Danny and Andy are now cool with Fatima, but at least I got Sabrina. From that conversation that she had with Sabrina, she realized she no longer has Sabrina no more. They all cool with her. They all cool with Fatima now. You know what I'm saying? So she was already pissed off. She was already pissed off from that conversation. And she got on the phone with Danny pissed off. Now to be fair, Danny took a jab at Karen. She took a jab at Karen first when she answered the phone and said, "Hey girl, you found out who your baby daddy was yet?" Danny has been taking jabs at Karen all season long. And I want to say 2 things about that. The first thing that I want to say is, it is not right. That's the first thing that I want to say. It is not right that Danny has been taking jabs at Karen all season long. Period. The second thing that I want to say about that is, it can also be looked at as Danny is tired. And she hinted at that later on in the episode. She's been hinting at this all season long, actually, but it could be looked at as that Danny is tired and Danny is fed up. And I actually did a video about this too. Danny is tired and Danny is fed up because, and us as fans, we've actually seen it. We've seen where Danny actually was the butt of Karen's jokes for the past 6 seasons before this season. But from season 1 to season 6, Danny was actually the butt of Karen jokes. Nobody batted the eye to say that Karen was. Nobody really batted the eye to say that Karen was wrong for that. But anyway, Danny makes the comment and says, "Hey girl, you find out who your baby daddy was yet?" And Karen fires back and says, "Who wants to know? You or your new best friend Fatima?" And Danny was like, "Dang, who pissed in your oatmeal?" Like who basically say, "Okay, who pissed you off now?" Because, and the reason, and in my opinion is Danny said that because by Karen's response, she knew that by Danny's response, she knew that Karen had already called her on one. She called her mad, right? And so they talking back and forth, and Karen was like, "I'm just tired." She was like, I'm just tired of hanging with disloyal girl. I'm just tired of hanging with disloyal heifers. I'm just tired of hanging with people that's disloyal. And then it was like, hold on, when did I, hold on. What did I do to be disloyal? I've been, I've been holding you down since freshman year in college. Now I want to analyze. I've been holding you down since freshman year in college. To say that you've been holding somebody down, to me, symbolizes that symbolizes that you've had their back, that that you've been there for them, that you've done stuff for them. I really would like to know the backstory between Danni and Karen. I like to know, because there's something there. There's animosity there, and there's been animosity there. Now we know that they did stuff together. Danni said that back in season 5, when Karen tried to make it seem like Danni was a bigger hoe than her, when she made the comment, when we was in college, you was doing a lot of drinking and you was doing a lot of smoking, and you were screwing, and you were basically, you were very promiscuous. And Danni was like, yeah, you were right there with me. You was doing it right along with me. And Karen was like, yeah, but I wasn't doing it like you. And Danni was like, girl, not like me. Should I run your scorecard? So we know that they did stuff together. You know what I'm saying? So I personally would love a backstory on those two specifically, because these two go at it. They need a good fight. Like these two go at it like they are not friends, and they go at it like they have not been friends, like they just tolerate each other. You know what I'm saying? I love a good history lesson, if you will, on Danielle King and Karen Mott, because it really is something there, and you can tell. Writers, if you are watching this, we need more. We need more. But anyway, so Karen goes, you and Andy do that. You and Andy be disloyal every single time you hang out with Fatima, which is fair. It's fair that Karen is opening her mouth and saying something, basically, hey, I don't like this. I don't like when you guys hang out with a girl that y'all know I don't like. Fair enough, because Karen has a right to dislike. Karen has a right to dislike when her friends are hanging out with somebody that they don't like. Fair, fair enough. Now, I also find it odd that she didn't call Sabrina disloyal. This same energy that she's spewing to Danni, she didn't do that to Sabrina. If you go back and watch that clip, the only thing she said to Sabrina was, first my ex, then Danni, then Andy, now you. What is it about Fatima that has all y'all under her spell? She didn't call Sabrina disloyal. She didn't say that she didn't say, Sabrina, you a op because you hang out with her. She didn't do that. But get on the phone with Danni and basically say, you a op because you hanging out with this girl. She just asked Sabrina a question. What is it about her? But anyway. So Danni goes, Karen, we're grown women. We're allowed to have friends outside of you. And we're allowed to have friends outside of you. We're allowed to have friends outside of each other. And so Karen goes, so you'd be okay if I was friends with Tony's ex-wife or ex-girlfriend or whatever. And she said that thinking that, that Danni was gonna be mad because she's so that could be looked at two ways. The first way that it could be looked at is she was trying to make Danni mad. The second way that could be looked at is she was trying to get Danni to see it from her point of view. Okay. And so Danni goes, girl, I don't care. Be friends with her. Maybe you can talk some sense into these kids and give them some good parenting lessons so they can stop being bad. Now, I looked at that comment as Danni was actually giving Karen her flowers, saying that Karen was gonna be a good parent. I personally looked at that comment like that. But Karen was so blinded by rage that she didn't even catch the affirmation. But anyway, and so that didn't work. So she hit Danni where it hurt and said, okay, what about Preston's wife? What about Preston's new wife? You know, the woman that he left you for and got married, you know, and is now in love with. So that pissed Danni off. It pissed Danni off. And she said, oh, okay, well, you ain't got nothing to say now, right? And Karen has a tendency of doing that. Now, I get in this situation, like I said, it's one thing that I love about the Sisters universe is there's so many different scenarios that you can look at with these scenes. And I promise I can go on and on and on. I can go on and on and on about these scenes, bro. I promise I can. But anyway, so she was like, look, Karen, we all do not have the luxury. And you could tell that Danni had to calm herself down. And this shout out to Danni going to therapy, because you can really tell that Danni had to calm herself down because Danni got triggered, because she really is trying to work through the fact that Preston is now moved on. Preston is now married, and you can tell that she's working through that, right? So you can tell you could physically see it on her face that Karen struck a nerve. Not even with the question, not even with the question that she asked, in my opinion, because I truly personally don't think that Danni would care. I truly personally don't think that Danni would even care if Karen was friends with Preston's new wife. I think Danni had to be quiet and calm herself down because Karen brought up the fact that Preston was married. Not bringing up the fact, well, what if I was friends with Preston's new wife? I don't think that Danni would care about that. Danni had to calm herself down because she's still trying to process the fact that Preston is now married. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments about that. I don't think the friend comment regarding Preston's new wife is what triggered Danni in that moment. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I could be wrong, but y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, please. Anyway, Danni goes, look, we all do not have the luxury of working for ourselves. So I need to get off this phone with you before I lose my job. And if that happens, I'm going to come stay with you, and you and I going to be over there fighting. So she tries to get off the phone. Once again, Karen not liking control, and also Karen not liking nobody leaving her, or Karen not liking being rejected, controls the conversation. No, I'm not done talking. Brina wants us to come for mocktails, but just us, no Fatima. This pissed Danni off because, for one, she said she needed to get out the phone because she was at work, and Karen tried to make us stay on the phone because she wasn't done talking. Two, she's trying to tell her who she can and can't invite at somebody else at an event that's not even Karen's. Three, she brought up Preston knowing that would trigger her. So then Danni gets upset. Now again, this is just all what I discerned from that scene. Okay. So then Danni goes, Karen, you done got pregnant and think that you everybody's mama, but I'm grown. And if I want to invite Fatima somewhere, I'm gonna invite her somewhere. And you can't tell me who I can and can't invite. And then she hangs up the phone. Karen is shocked because people don't Karen is used to giving the orders. Karen is used to giving the orders. She's used to people bowing down to her. And Danny just basically told her, girl, you don't tell me what to do. You are not my mama. You don't tell me who I can and can't invite. And then hung up on her. Pam comes over. Are you okay? I'm fine. Get back to work. Pam was like, all right, fine. You know what? On second thought, Pam, how would you like to come for Mocktails? And Pam was like, whoa, you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Well, you know what, Pam? I'm sorry. I apologize. What? Whoa, you sorry? You apologizing? You don't ever apologize to me or anybody for that matter. Well, you know what? Maybe that needs to change. Well, how would you like to come for Mocktails? Karen knew that it was a possibility that Karen knew two things. One, from the conversation she had with Sabrina, that Fatima was gonna be there, and from the conversation that she had with Danni, that it was a possibility that that Fatima was gonna be there. So she figured either way, Fatima gonna be there. Let me bring back up. So she invited Pam. That's why she invited Pam. Not because Pam is her friend. Because she had just pushed Pam away 5 seconds prior. I'm fine, Pam. Get out of my face. Get the F out of my face, Stanley, and get back to work. Yeah, man. So that happened, and she was like, oh yeah. And so Pam got excited because Pam genuinely likes Karen. She loves Karen. She looks up to Karen. And there was a scene where she actually in this episode where she actually and I'm gonna go let me go ahead and get this scene out the way. So she was like, so now that we besties, can I take the rest of the day off? Because here's the thing. Now she actually says to Karen, now that we're besties. So Karen inviting Pam out for mocktails outside of work says to Pam that they're friends. And sometimes with women this happens. Once you open that line of friendship open, they take the friendship seriously. Meanwhile, the other person either being petty, don't feel the same, and you walking around thinking y'all cool or y'all friends for real, and the other person, that's not their intention. But they're not communicating the same. Y'all not on the same page friendship wise. Pam done, and Pam had told Karen, I want to make sure I'm a legit business owner, like my role model. And Pam and so Karen was like, who's your role model? Rihanna? Or somebody, Oprah? No, you my role model. The way she was like, me? Yeah, you. The way you built this place back up after the other one burnt down, and you did it pregnant with twins. You a superwoman. And I don't agree with everything that Karen does, but when Pam said that to Karen and Karen teared up, that honestly was one of my favorite scenes in this episode. And the reason why is because as a woman, as a person, period, I know what it's like for somebody to say that they look up to you, or for somebody to affirm you, all the while you have these feelings of inadequacy the whole time. You know what I'm saying? I know how that feels. And when Karen teared up and cried, I ain't gonna lie, that hit me in the center of my chest too. I'm like, ooh, sisters, y'all are not right for this scene. Got me in my room crying and stuff. But anyway, so that happened. Let's see what else happened. Go back to the law firm. Go back to the law firm. Fatima is in the office and she's studying for her LSAT and stuff. Zack comes in with lunch, her favorite lunch and stuff. I love that scene. I love when Zack and Fatima are on one accord and when they're being cute, and lovey-dovey and stuff like that. So he bought some salmon and some strawberries and cream and stuff and whatever he bought. And Danni calls her. I'm like, oh God, here we go. I'm like, I was rooting for you, sis. I didn't think she was gonna call for real, but she called. Hey girl, we going out for mocktails and stuff. And I was wondering if you wanted to come. You were invited. I'm like, oh Lord, here we go. So now you're lying. But so and so Fatima was like, yeah, that's cool. I don't have nothing to do tonight, but are you sure this is okay? Because, and see, here's my thing. Fatima was even like, no, I don't know about this. Now, Fatima, you should have used your discernment right here, baby, because you knew that something wasn't up. You knew something wasn't right about that, sis. You knew, and you should have stuck to your gut. You shouldn't have gone. But anyway, Danni was like, no, girl, you fine. You fine. You coming with me, right? And so now Fatima was like, how about I'm gonna think about it and I'm gonna let you know. And so she got off the phone. Zack told her, I think you should go. Now, in my opinion, I could be wrong, and y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. But in my opinion, I think that the reason why Fatima went is because Zack reassured her and was like, look, I think you should go. I think that this will be the silver lining in making y'all not be at each other's throats, because y'all have the same friends. Not to admit, I think the word friend is not, don't need to be used, because I don't think that Fatima and these girls are friends. Hell, shoot, they're not friends with each other. But I think they're associates. I think anyway. Now is Fatima and Andy friends? Yes. Now that I can say that, but Fatima being friends with all of them? No, absolutely not. No. But anyway, having some form of relationship, some associating, yes, I can say that, yes. But anyway, so Zack was like, look, you and Karen got a whole lot more in common than y'all think y'all do. And the fact that y'all share friends, the fact that these women basically want to hang out with you, the fact that and Zack actually see it. This is like the second time throughout season 7, the first half, that the women have called Fatima. Fatima don't call these girls to hang out. They call her. Literally, they call her to hang out. This is like the second time that the girls have called Fatima to hang out, and Zack saw it firsthand. So Zack is like, look, I think you should go, and especially if Karen is gonna be there. And I think that the fact that y'all are hanging out with the same women, I think that this happening, maybe y'all can go ahead and bury the hatchet, be cordial with each other moving forward, because y'all have to be in each other's lives, because you're with me. And if she's gonna be the mother to, if I'm the father, y'all have, aside from the fact that you and I are together, if she is carrying my child, y'all gonna have to see each other. So maybe y'all sharing friends will be their silver lining, basically, And Fatima was like, I love your optimism. I really do. But I don't think that Karen and I will ever be cool. But we'll see. And yeah, that happened. Sabrina goes and let Maurice know that she got the job. Maurice lets her know that it was because of him, basically, because he called and got Paige fired. I don't like that. Well, I don't like that Sabrina went and let him know bank business. They're right there let me know. I'm proud of Sabrina that she stood her ground and it worked. I'm not proud of the fact that Sabrina is going to go let her best friend know, her quote unquote best friend know that I don't like the fact that she's going to Maurice, letting Maurice know branch business that don't have nothing to do with him no more. Especially because it's his fault that he's no longer at the bank no more. It's also his fault that she was dang near fired. Then on top of that, now that she's branch manager, she invited him back to work at the bank, the same bank that it's pretty much because of him that he got fired from in the first place. Oh, Lord have mercy. I really wish I could see my face right now. Anyway, that happened. So, there's that. I also find it a little weird, a little odd that Sabrina ride for him more than she ride for her homegirls. Anyway, child. Anyway, so Sabrina is at the. I'm trying to think. Am I missing something? Oh, Tony and Danni. Tony replaces the pearls that she gave to his daughter, and he's like, they look pretty on you. They do some loving on the desk. That scene happened. Sabrina is at the shop with Rich. They are tasting some new juices and stuff. He closes out the juice bar for her and her girls. He got her a new bag. He got her a new bag. Sorry, y'all, I had to cut my ear on. Okay. He got her a new bag, the bag that she wanted, and to congratulate her on her new branch manager job. And he was like, you're gonna be vice president and CEO of the bank and stuff like that next. I'm like, you better affirm your woman. And that happened. And so Danni comes in, and so they're sitting down, and then Fatima comes in. Sabrina didn't know that Fatima was coming. And so then Sabrina didn't know that Fatima was coming. And so she was like, Fatima was like, I hope it's okay that I'm here. And Sabrina goes, yeah, it's fine that you're here. The more, the merrier. And then Andy comes in, and she's like, hey, y'all. Hey, Fatima girl, I didn't know you were coming. And so, and she was like, I didn't know you were coming. We could have rolled together. And so Fatima was like, yeah, I decided at the last minute to come, and I drove my own car just in case some drama popped off. See, let me say this. That right there let me know that Fatima knows in her heart of hearts that she does not need to be there, that she is uncomfortable, and that she shouldn't have gone. That she only came because she was invited. Not that she actually wants to be there. Not that she actually wants to be a part of whatever this is that they got going on. She could have got up and left anytime. And this goes back to the video. I posted a video. I actually said this when I did the trailer breakdown. All of these women make choices. Nobody is forcing them to do anything. Now, like I said just a few seconds ago, Zack told her that he thinks that she should go. She didn't have to, though. She did not have to. All of these women make choices. Nobody is making them do anything. Nobody is making nobody do nothing. Nobody has to do anything. Okay? But I'm like, Fatima, you can get up at any time, baby. You can get up and go at any time. Danni go. And so Sabrina goes, no, you're fine, everything's fine. The more the merrier. And see, this is why Sabrina is going to always be the most toxic, sneakiest one out of the group. Because we don't know what took place, because remember, season 7 is 3 months later. We don't know what took place in them 3 months, right? But before that, Sabrina ain't have nothing for Fatima. Even when she first met, if we go back to season 2, y'all remember when the girls first met Fatima, Sabrina wasn't checking for her. She didn't like her. She didn't like her because Sabrina don't do the whole no new friend. She didn't do the whole no new friends thing, and she didn't like the fact that Andy made the comment that Fatima was her ride or die. Go back to that episode and look at how Sabrina was looking at Fatima. Then bring it on home when the supermarket scene happened and Cameron found out that Zack and Fatima had messed around with each other. That Zack was the one that Fatima had been talking about the whole time. And Karen automatically decided that she didn't like him, that she didn't like Fatima. Sabrina didn't like Fatima. You gotta watch chicks like that. You gotta watch them. So now all of a sudden, it's the more the merrier. When you just talk to your homegirl on the phone, and she said, "What is it about this girl?" Fatima was the girl who shall remain nameless when you was talking to Karen on the phone. But now you in Fatima face, and it's no problem that you're here. The more the merrier. When you know your homegirl don't like her. And you know she about to come in here. You know she finna come in here. You ain't gonna tell you're not gonna tell Fatima, look sis, I like you, you cool. I don't have no issues with you, but Karen is on her way here. She has an issue with you being here. This is my event. I don't want no trouble. I don't want no drama. So respectfully, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Fatima would have understood that. And if we honest, Fatima would have respected it. Just my opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Fatima would have respected that. And I'd like to hope that Fatima honestly would have respected that better than the more the merrier. Especially since when Karen walked in with an attitude, Sabrina makes the comment, so much for no drama. So I'm telling y'all, you gotta watch chicks like Sabrina. You gotta watch them. Chicks like that will talk about everybody. Chicks like that will talk about the whole clique. The whole clique. So before Karen walked in, Danni was like, look, you engaged to Zack. 3 out of 4 ain't bad. We all like you. Karen walks in with an attitude. I forget what she said, but she walked in with Pam. Everybody sitting down. Everybody sitting down. And, they talking about how thick the drinks is or whatever. Danni was like, I got something that'll loosen it up. She pulls out some liquor. She tops it off or whatever. Sabrina was like, I thought we were gonna stay in this solidary, because with Karen and with me or whatever. And so and Danni was like, I did. I stood in the first half of the day, but I need a drink. And so Fatima thought, laughed about that. Thought it was funny or whatever. Karen rolls her eyes, and she says, and so Karen makes the comment and was like, you should know by now that Danni's selfish. She been like that. And see, now Karen, why you even got to say that? why you got to say that now? And see, and another thing, here's my thing. If you gonna come with an attitude, why you even come? Why you even come? Why even come? If you mad, if you're still mad from earlier, or if you Or if you walked in and saw that your enemy was there, just leave. If you're upset with your friends that they hanging out with the girl that you don't like, you ain't even got to stay. But to stay with an attitude at the person that you say that you love event, what you staying for? Just leave. You pissing your own self off at this point, because you have options. Nobody's making, again, goes back to choices. You have the choice. You can either stay and be pissed off and bring the mood down, and bring, because everybody chilling, bring the mood down, or you could leave. Right? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. So Danni goes, just because you decided to get knocked up by Zack don't mean that I'm selfish. Now I don't think that Danni should have said that. I don't think that Danni should have said that, because I think that I also think that it made Fatima uncomfortable. Now Fatima didn't say nothing, but you can see on her face that it made her uncomfortable, which this is another reason why I don't understand why Fatima is there either. Or why would Fatima even... What you doing there, baby? Again, now you can get up and go anytime, baby. You can decide to get up and go anytime. Either one of y'all, you, her, both of y'all, go ahead and get up and go. Because y'all both are doing yourselves a disservice being around stuff that brings your energy and your moods and stuff down. And you don't have to. You literally do not have to, is my point. You ain't got to. Anyway, so I forget what Karen says. A bunch of back and forth. But then Fatima says a bunch of back and forth about the paternity of Zack's baby or whatever. And Fatima says that we don't know is his. Now I don't think that Fatima should have said that. She shouldn't. I don't believe that she should have said that, especially under her breath like that. She shouldn't have said nothing, because like I said, Karen wasn't talking to her. And and I could be different, but if somebody not talking to you, you ain't got to say nothing to them. Fatima could have been in that environment around Karen and just not have said nothing. She didn't have to. I have been in plenty of places with people that I don't rock with and just not have acknowledged their presence. I ain't say nothing to them, they ain't say nothing to me. This could have been that same thing where they can be around each other and just not say nothing. So Fatima made that comment, and that set the stuff off. Karen was like, B, you got some nerve coming up in my friend group, and then questioning the paternity of my baby, and then got the nerve to and so she was like, and so then Fatima was like, hold on, B, and she was like, you heard me, I ain't stutter. And so then Danni jumps in and was like, Karen, just because you don't know who the father of your child is, stuff like that. And then Karen is like, you know what, Danni, I'm beginning to even wonder why I'm even friends with you anymore. First, she was like, it's bad enough that you let Zack stay with you, move in with you when we was having our problems. I was like, there it is. You've been mad at her since that's something that you've been mad at her for. So, backstory, y'all. Karen met Zack through Danni. Danni hooked them up. Okay? Danni hooked them up. And I believe that Karen thought that once they broke up, that, and Zack was living in the shelter. Okay, he moved to a shelter or whatever. Karen I guess believed that Danni should have just let him stay there. So you want Danni to let her homeboy stay homeless just because you mad? The freaking audacity. But she said when we was having our problems. That's why I've been saying we have to listen to words. She said when we was having our problems. So in her mind, we just mad at each other right now. I'll go get him when I'm not mad no more. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So it's bad enough you let him stay with you when we was having our problems, but now you buddy with the B who is making him making him not be a father to his kids. So now you lying, because that's not what Fatima is doing. And people get mad at me when I say that Karen be lying, because she do. That right there was a lie. That's not what Fatima doing. Just because Fatima is telling Zack, you need to make sure, you need to confirm that the child is yours before you get invested. You need to confirm and be sure that the child is yours. Does not mean that Fatima is trying to convince Zack to not be a father to his child. That's not what that means. And so Fatima was like, Karen, you know that's a lie. Pam jumps in. Karen don't have to lie on you, Fatima. Now see, Pam, you should have just sat there and drunk your juice. You should have just sat there and drunk your juice, because now you done caught a stray, and you jumping in something that you don't know the whole story about. And I done been there before, trying to have my home. You know, I'm pretty sure we all have as friends. You know, trying to be there for our friend when we don't. You know, trying to be there for your friend and don't know the whole story. You jump into something head first, not knowing everything, right? So that's pretty much what happened. And Fatima was like, hold on now you don't know me and I don't know you. Now I ain't whooped Karen because she pregnant, and y'all notice Karen ain't say nothing. Didn't say a mumbling word when Fatima said, I haven't whooped Karen because she pregnant. I'm sparing her, but I will whoop you. Karen didn't say Karen didn't say one word, okay? Did not say a mumbling word to that. She didn't say nothing. And the only thing that Pam could say was, Google me, I'm an entrepreneur. Imagine somebody threatening you, and the only thing you can say is, well, Google me, I'm an entrepreneur. I got a business. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Somebody say, count your days. Check my LLC. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Y'all, that is so funny to me. That is funny. Pam, you couldn't think of another comeback. You couldn't say cash me outside, check me outside, nothing. You had to say that you were an entrepreneur, and then Karen co-signed that. You co-signed that, but you couldn't say nothing back to the fact that Fatima just said you couldn't. So you co-signed that, but you didn't have nothing to say when Fatima said you basically got an A whooping coming when you drop them twins. Baby, this episode was funny. You hear me? Funny. Oh God. So that happened. And then Rich came over and was like, hey, is everything okay? And then everybody was like, nah, go on, get back up, move, ain't nobody talking to you. And so Sabrina was like, hold on, y'all, don't talk to my dude like that. And Karen said, Sabrina, why you always got to do that? You always got to try to fix stuff. You always got to minimize stuff. Some things don't need to be fixed, just like this friendship. You know what, Fatima? If you want my friends so bad, you can have them. You already took my man. What's 3 more loose ends? I want to talk about that comment. Really quickly. You already took my man. What's 3 more loose ends? In Karen's mind, she still believes that Zack is her man. In Karen's mind, she believes that her and Zack been together this whole time. And Fatima is the side chick. And Fatima was the side chick. That this whole time, this entire time, Zack cheated with Fatima. That instead of the reality, which is her and Zack were not together, that they were exes, that she literally forgets that she was in a whole situation, that she left Zack. And let's please go back down memory lane right quick. Zack broke into a hotel room and caught Karen with Aaron. The first words out of Karen's mouth was, Zack, we are not together, okay? Zack went to jail for breaking and entering. All season 2, Karen paraded Aaron around her friends and everything. They were literally working on building a relationship. Karen even had a conversation with Fatima. She didn't talk about Zack. She didn't say Zack's name. She said, I'm seeing a guy. His name's Aaron. He's a preacher. And I really like him. I mean, really like him. Karen's friends even talked about how Karen was changing, quote unquote. How he was changing, how he was how she was changing, if you will. How she was changing, how she was changing the way she dressed. She was, changing. She was cussing less. She talked about how, because Aaron was celibate. Okay. Karen even talked about being celibate because of him. She even talked about going back to church. All of that because of Aaron. She didn't make mention of Zack at all. Literally at all. Go back and watch season 2. I ain't got to be there when you do it. You ain't even got to tell me you did it. Go back and watch it. She did not make mention of Zachary at all. Not even a little bit. She moved on first. She was on one side of Atlanta doing her. Zack was on the other side of Atlanta doing him. She even said to Zack, when she thought that he stole her credit card money or whatever you want to call it, you just don't want to see me happy, do you? Karen moved on. It wasn't until that supermarket scene, when she saw that he moved on too, okay, he moved on too, that she switched and got pissed off. Now back to where we are today. So this whole my man thing. You already got my man. What's 3 more loose ends? And now, and not only is she calling Zack my man, she's referring to him as a loose end. So she's not only referring to him, she's referring to him as her man, but she's referring to him as a loose end. This is how she feels about somebody that she says that she loves. She's also referring to her friends as loose ends. people that she says that she loves. She says that she loves these people. She says that she loves these people, but she calls them loose ends. People that she's upset about, that they're quote unquote moving on. Well, not moving on, but you know, life is life. They got, you know, they have other friendships, other friends and stuff besides her. And because of that, she calls them loose ends. Think about that. So that happens. She leaves. She was, and you know, she leaves or whatever. They're like, go, you know, and Sabrina's like, go after her. Danni like, no, I'm not finna be. I'm tired of being in a friendship with somebody who only sees the negative and stuff that I do. So maybe she's right. Maybe this friendship has run its course. You know, whatever. Jordan calls Andy, and is like, have you heard from my sister? I haven't heard from her. And Andy automatically thinks that Gary has something to do with it. She was like, look, Fatima, I need you to go with me somewhere. Fatima was like, I already know that look. Say let's go. So she already get in gangster mode. And they go to Gary. And it's like, look, where is Penelope? I know that you know. What did you do with her? Fatima pulled out a weapon. And pull a knife out. Put it to his throat. And Gary's like, no. Go up a little bit to the left. And so Fatima do it. And he was like, I don't think you got it in you. And so he do that, you know, as an if to say, I personally think he did that, first of all, to let her know, you think you crazy, but I'm crazy. I'm crazy, you know. And I also think he was high. But Andy was like, if you don't tell me now, Andy baby, you can't go to a man that's crazy with a goon like Fatima and be scared. You can't go in there with that prissy voice. And Gary, if you don't tell me where she is right now, it's not going to be good for you. And then you tell him the whole plan. I was helping her leave you. Oh my God, Andy. Good grief. Okay, so that happened. And the episode ends. The episode ends. Karen get home, and Pam called to make sure she got in safely. And she was like, Pam, thank you for having my back in there. And Pam was like, I got you. See, this is what I'm talking about. You know, she's only thanking Pam for having her back. She's only thanking Pam for having her back because Pam agreed with her, right? And they get out the phone. They get out the phone, and the doctor called. It was like, hey, I got your results, and I wanted to call you because I think I thought that you might be antsy to know. Karen goes, I'm not antsy. I already know who the father is. This is just a formality. The father is Zack Taylor. So you can go ahead and tell me that. Oh God. Oh. This is what happens when you be cocky and God be like, So the doctor said, yes, Zack Taylor is the father of one. And Karen said, I'm sorry, of one? Yes, and so the doctor goes, yes, in rare cases, mothers can be, she said, in rare cases, mothers can be pregnant with fraternal twins, with two fathers. So basically, Karen is pregnant with twins with two fathers. So y'all remember in season 5 when she told Zack, I don't need you to raise this child. I have my own money, Zack, and I have Aaron, and he gonna step up even though he knows this not his baby. And Zack was like, I plan on being there fully, Karen. Oh, good. Then the child will have two daddies. Surprise. Karen got those two daddies that she told Zack that the child was gonna have. Boop. That's what you get. That's what you get. You spoke it. I'm not gonna say that. Let me not say that. I'm not gonna say that's what you get. But she spoke it. She pettily said the child is gonna have two fathers. And now, boom, lo and behold, she got two kids, two daddies. Now, writers, y'all ain't have to do that girl like that. Y'all did not. Y'all ain't have to do that. Y'all did not have to do that. Y'all done gave this girl two. Y'all done gave this girl two daddies. Oh God, that labor and delivery room about to be packed. Oh my God. Oh good Lord. So yes, that is how the episode ended. According to sources, Sistas returns for the second half May 29th. And it looks like she tells her mom that Zack is only the father of one. Miss Lisa goes, I don't understand. What you mean? What you mean you don't understand? So look, well, Zack didn't put two. Zack didn't put two of them things in there. He only put one. But what if Aaron is not the father of the other one? What if he not? That's kind of fair to say, you know. But anywho, that's the episode. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. Let me know, since we get a little break, we get about a month and a half off from Sistas until Sistas come back on. Y'all let me know some other stuff that y'all want me to review, and I will see you guys later. We can also break down a few of these, a few of some older episodes while we on break. I love y'all in real life, and y'all have a good day.